Today I'm going to be teaching you how to build your PvP Pokemon. So this will be like what items you should use, how to guess your moves, how to breed them, and also how to train them. So I will get onto the breeding part now. To do this, you're going to want to have Laguna Lake unlocked, because your best way of getting shiny PvPs or just normal PvPs is by breeding. So you can, before you do any of this, you're going to want to go over to the arcade bit in Anthean City. Once you're in this building, you're going to want to go over to the arcade, and then so you'll need battle points. Not battle points. That's wrong. I just gave misinformation. You're going to need ticks, which you can get from codes. So you'll be looking at 10,000 ticks for a Ditto, and then a Destiny Knot at 7,000 ticks. So you're going to need 17,000 ticks, because the Ditto will help you breed whatever Pokemon you want. So you don't usually you have to breed 2 Pokemon from the same category to get one or the other, and then. But with the Ditto, you don't need to do that. So, yeah. Once you've got that, you're going to want to go into your inventory and then search up bottle caps. These will give you the right IVs. IVs, EVs, whatever it is. Which one is it? IVs. So, for the best opportunity at PvP, you'll need 6 IVs. That just means you'll do the most damage. And then this is when you'll want to go back to Laguna Lake. Let me just get out of here real quick. So, yeah, get yourself back over to Laguna Lake, which is what I am doing right now. Once you're here, go into the daycare and put in the Pokemon that you want to breed. With your Ditto, the Ditto must have the Destiny Knot equipped. So it's, okay. I already have an egg ready, so I guess I can show you an example. I don't know what I have in daycare at the minute, but I won't be using this for the tutorial. So you'll get an egg, and then it'll look like this, and then you'll have to run around for a bit to hatch it, which I won't be doing today in this video because it'll take way too long. Once you have your Pokemon, if it doesn't have perfect stats already, you're going to want to go upstairs and then talk to this man here. He is the Hyper Trainer, and he will get you the good IVs for your bottle caps. So I'm going to be training Walking Wake today, because I would like to use it in PvP. So you're going to want all of them to have 31 IVs. Let me just do this real quick. If you don't know how to get bottle caps, you can either get them through codes, which I would say is your quickest way to get them, or you battle raids. So, yeah. Let me check where we're at right now. So, he's already at perfect IVs, which I did not know. Well, he wasn't. I had to correct them just there, as you saw. For your EVs, you're going to look at your base stats. So, whichever 2 have the highest are most likely what you're going to want to invest in. So, for me, that's special attack, and it's also speed. So, you go back downstairs. You're going to need a bit of money for this, which I don't think I have currently, but I do have the stuff. So you go into the Pokemon, you scroll all the way down, and you're looking at these. So HP up, protein, iron, calcium, zinc, carbos. So carbos is for speed, and calcium is for special attack, which is what I will be using today. But your highest base stats are going to depend on what you buy. So once you've bought them, you're going to look in your medicine, and then it'll be here. So carbos, you'll probably be using around 25 to max out 2 stats, unless you want something that says otherwise. So Let's just do that real quick. So it's now increased, so this is what it should look like for you. This works if you have 0 EVs already. If you don't, you might have to buy a reset. Your moves depend on what item you're running. So most items you can do, it's usually like 1 status move, 2 effective moves and 1 stab move. So you're going to want a lot of coverage, because if you're in competitive fighting, then you're going to come across like everything. So you speak to him and you give him some battle points or you give him some money. So I'm pretty happy with these moves already, but we'll just see. When you go in here, you're going to have a lot of stuff you can do. So you're going to be looking at power and accuracy. The highest power will mostly come with a drawback. So here, if you use Draco Meteor, it's going to lower your special attack, which will hurt you in battle. But when you get that initial hit, it's going to hit very hard. So Hydro Pump, same kind of thing. Protect is pretty useful, but I try not to use it because I just like to focus on getting the most damage done. So I recommend searching up what are the best moves for whatever Pokemon you're using instead of just winging it until you're very skilled at it, which I am not that skilled at it, so I also like to search up my moves just so I can get the best knowledge on it. The next topic I'm moving on to is mints. So you can get these mint by going into Battle Coliseum, and they will use some battle points which you can use again from codes. Codes are going to help you out so much during this process. So we've already looked at our Pokemon's base stats, and if you don't remember, you can go back again and look at it. So mints are going to increase one stat and decrease the other. So for me, I might use a modest mint, or what else? I could use a timid mint, depending on whether I want speed or special attack. But I think that I would like to go with the most damage. So modest is going to give me more special attack and less physical attack. So we're already at 310 special attack, which is very, very good. So next topic, choice items. Choice items are going to lock you into one move, and it'll either increase the damage or it'll increase the speed of your Pokemon. Choice bands, as you can see, attack is 1.5 times more, but you're locked into a move. Scarf, you have more speed, but you're locked into a move, and Specs is special attack, but you're locked into one move. If you use these items, you're going to want lots of coverage with your items, so not items, moves, so you can do the best damage. But if you're looking to use status moves, I would not use any of these items because it'll just lock you in and you won't be able to do anything. I personally like to use plates on my Pokemon, but it's not a thing for everyone. Not everyone appreciates them, because you have to go diving to get these plates. It can be difficult to find the one that you want. For example, I don't think I have the one that I need. So I was looking for a water plate and I don't have that. But popular items are also Life Orb, Leftovers, and then some other things. It depends what you're using. Some people like Air Balloon, for example, on like Goldengo. It just really depends. I would also look this up. Focus Sash is pretty popular if you want to get a status move down, like Tailwind, and then be as fast as possible. But it just depends on what you're using. You also have abilities. So this one is an increasing ability, but it's going to be different for every single Pokemon. But you also have hidden abilities, which are considered rarer. So you have an ability capsule. This is if your Pokemon has 2 abilities and you would like to switch over to the other one. Ability patches is what's going to give you that hidden ability without having to breed it. I'm not sure if Walking Wake has a hidden ability. It does not. Does it have another one? it does not. So Walking Wake only has that one ability, but if you're using a Pokemon that isn't a legendary or like a paradox, it should have another one, unless there's some exceptions. Like if your Pokemon has the levitate ability, it often won't have a hidden ability for like whatever reason. Your Pokemon should now be the best that it can be with all your IVs and EVs, your moves, your ability, and your personality, and also your item. So you don't have to level your Pokemon to 100 if you're going to be using them in Battle Coliseum, but if you're going to be using them in gym battles or trainers, I would recommend leveling them up as much as you possibly can. But I hope this tutorial helped, and if you enjoyed the video, please give me a subscribe because you'll see so much more from me. I'll be on your timeline and you can come see my videos whenever. So thank you.